pulls up, three-pointer. Bang! Bang! It's good! Wins the game at the buzzer!
Of like other categories that we talk about.
That's crazy that you said that. But you are a Heat fan, you are a Wade fan. But that T-Mac take, man, I'll tell you, man, he's always gonna be my top five. We had that discussion of the top five favorite starting
What?
five. T-Mac's always gonna be my small forward, regardless of what
Yeah,
I
if you're saying my favorite,
favorite,
every
Yeah.
time.
favorite every time is gonna be Kobe and
But if I'm
T-Mac until
saying
I die.
who's the best shooting guards, I mean, it's due to his longevity too. So it's a lot of factors. So it's gonna be.
All right, so look, we're about to start this off right now. All right, welcome to the Pro Hop. Here's another episode. I got my boy Cody, Devin, and Monte. We out here chilling right now. We got a Bulls fan. We got a Chicago Nuggets fan. We got a Heat fan. We got, of course, y'all already know where I'm from. I'm going to rap all day, every day. But today we're talking about what? We are at Game 5 now of the NBA Finals with the Denver Nuggets going against Miami Heat. They're going back to Mile High to play Game 5. And what I predicted was a gentleman's sweep, which is what I predict happens in Game 5. Y'all gave them y'all best punch. Like, y'all gave them y'all best punch Game 2. The problem that I had, and we're going to discuss. And I'll let you start it, then we'll go around the horn. Y'all Game 2 was so good. I don't understand why y'all kept that same game plan to Game 3 and Game 4. That was the problem that I saw, was y'all still did the same exact game plan, which effectively was at the head of the snake, like Steve Kerr said, take Jamal Murray out the game, but they adjusted, and I didn't see the adjustments from y'all. And I have other things to say, but I just wanted to bring that up first and then let you talk, and then we'll have Devin and Cody bring up what they think about this NBA Finals so far. So go ahead.
So I'm a firm believer in consistency. And I get people say that, like, yes, we made it this far, but like we still don't have a third consistent. That's always been in the back of my head in this series. I said, and the reason why I still think we can win in 7 is because those players will randomly show up at any game. As far as game plan, right? I agree to an extent with you. The extent is this: sometimes Jimmy Butler is too passive, and I hate when he does that. And like Jimmy Butler, to me, like the game, Spose know what works and what's not going to work. Because if you just let the Joker do, what in the world is my mom doing? Look, all I'm saying is, all right, I'm here. I'm talking about my freaking mom. My mom's. All right. Anyways, right. So the game, Spose also very good at adjusting, but I think he understands that you have to limit. If they hit shots, they hit shots. Aaron Gordon beat us Game 4. He was like 4 for 5 or 4 for 7 from 3-point shooting, which is if you're hot, you're hot, because anyone can do that in the NBA. But like, it stung me. But I was like, we gave him the shots that we dared him to shoot, and what can you really say about that and all that? Looking at this series though, it confirmed what I said and this is my unbiased, extremely unbiased take. Looking at this series, it confirms what I said when the Nuggets were in the Western Conference Final in 2020, and when they didn't have Jamal Murray the last 2 years. I said they were going to win one when Jamal Murray comes back, because Jamal Murray is that good. He's underrated, and he should be an all-star. He is a superstar player, in my opinion. That is not an all-star, and that's rarely ever heard of or said about anybody, because the way he comes, how he's able to, and then he does the little things. I'm gonna pull up, hit a midi. If I'm feeling myself, then I'll come out in 3. If I don't hit at least 1 or 2 threes in this thing, I'm gonna come back to what I do, get my rhythm back into shoot the midi, and then I'm gonna just cook you every now and again. And he got good ISO, and he had very good 2-man game with Jokic. But in order for Miami to win, and they're a better road team in the playoffs because they've always been on the road, I believe they can take this. But Jimmy Butler cannot be passive anymore. He has to shoot the ball and shoot his middies. No dry up layup thinking that, no, shoot the corner, the baseline many that you always make. That's my take.
All right, go ahead, Dev.
It's just so much to say. We can go through strategy, what the Heat need to do,
You can.
but that don't matter. You know why? Because at the end of the day, all of played basketball before. You just know who the better team. You could try to scheme, play 2-3, 1-3-1, 3-2, make Bam a floater on defense. You could try all this stuff, but the truth is, Max Strus ain't gonna grow. Gabe Vincent ain't gonna grow. Y'all just Bam can't grow. Y'all too small. So there is no strategy to try to stop Aaron Gordon coming full speed down the court and Gabe Vincent guarding him. There is there is no training for that. And people want to talk about game 2. Y'all won game 2, but y'all shot almost 50% from 3. If any team in the NBA shoots 50% from 3, you're gonna beat damn near anybody. Orlando Magic can shoot 50% from 3. They have a chance to beat Denver. But the thing is with Miami, and I've been saying this, and I've been getting called a hater. Y'all are who we thought y'all were. It's a reason y'all the AC. It's not like it's a reason y'all the AC. And if you want to go through every series against the Bucks, Giannis is out 2.5 games. Y'all won that series fair and square. But there was a combination of Miami playing above their standard and teams not playing to their standard. So Milwaukee, y'all got that. New York Knicks, I give y'all that. Boston, y'all beat them, but we all know they didn't play to their standard. And y'all play out of y'all mind. Like, y'all need to shoot threes to even compete. Even game 2, y'all shot all that and only won by 3. There is no strategy, no game plan. Denver it comes down to they have too many weapons. They have too many options. Their offense is a legit offense. Miami has no real shot creators, period. None. Jimmy Butler, Bam, he has a little bit of offensive skill. Jimmy Butler, a little bit. But they don't really have somebody to just say, hey, yo, give me the ball. I'm going to create my shot. For me, with Jimmy Butler, the outlier games are those 45-point games, 56-point games against Milwaukee. That's not him. And he gets this, and we talked about this on the last pod, Oos. Jimmy Butler gets this playoff Jimmy bravado, little engine that could syndrome about him because he does, as a all-star level player, okay player in the regular season, 22 points a game. And in the playoffs, he turns it up. So you see the jump. You see the 5, 6, 7, 8 point per game jump. But the thing that I don't like about Jimmy is in Boston, after game, 3? He was mediocre games, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That's why they wanted to get an MVP to Gabe Vincent. But he doesn't get the slander of these superstars of the Giannis's and the LeBrons and the KDs. He escapes it because we know he's not supposed to be here. And we could, like I said, it comes down to Miami's just not good enough. They're not good enough. Like, it's just what it is. Y'all don't have the personnel. Y'all don't have the players. There's no amount of coaching that can help y'all. Y'all tried every single scheme known to man. 2-3, 3-2. Sometimes we blitz Joker. Sometimes we don't. It don't matter. It don't matter. Like, I don't know what y'all want to talk about.
All right, go ahead, Cody. Go with your opening statement before I go back around. Because I know White wanted to talk after, but White, hold your notes.
We're
good. Let Cody say what he got to say.
I'll keep it short, like I said. All I'm saying is, like he said, Denver's they're deep, bro. If one person's off, someone else is going to step up. Like, it just, the offense, Denver's Nuggets, their offense runs smoothly when Jokic has the ball. Everyone's cutting, and Miami doesn't have that. Bam doesn't play like a big like he should. He's soft in the paint, and Jokic is just, like, obviously Bam's gonna get his points. He's a big guy. But all I'm saying is Miami doesn't have the experience that Denver has. Denver's been playing together for how long? Miami has these undrafted free agents, all this coming in the league. And Max Strus, when he doesn't hit, he's not hitting the whole game. Gabe Vincent, when he doesn't hit, he's not hitting the whole game. Jimmy, he just draws contact. He has his middies here and there, but he's more of a let's drive to the lane and get contact. And Denver reads that. Denver knows. That's where Jimmy gets his points.
Don't fall for the pump.
Exactly. Miami,
That's it.
like Miami will adjust to Denver, but then somehow Denver just readjusts to Miami's game plan just to rebuttal it. Denver's just it's just that experience. And when Jokic is playing the way he's playing at the high caliber level, and then you have Jamal Murray playing at the caliber level he is, like they're just unstoppable. I'm sorry. Like Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, they're not guarding Jamal Murray. He's unstoppable. Like Caleb Martin comes in that maybe gives you 8-9 points here and there, but he's an undersized big. Like you got Aaron Gordon and Jokic down low. Like you're not stopping that. Like you said, when you have Aaron Gordon running full speed down court or cutting to the basket, who's stopping him? No one.
So
But
that's a good point. Before you go, White, I want to open it up too. We had this discussion already, right? In my last podcast with Dev, what I did say was prime example is my Warriors, right? When they crashed into the wall in the finals with LeBron and them, they went into a small ball type of game, right? Draymond down there at the 5, and then put Iggy at the 4, and then you use that, your Hamptons 5 or whatever you want to call it. But problem is Denver can play both tall ball and small ball with the two people I think are the most important in Denver. It's not Jokic or Jamal Murray to me. It's always been AG50, Aaron Gordon, and my boy MPJ. They're 6'9", 6'10" players who can rebound, run the floor, defend, and they're basically two small forwards that can do a lot. And that's the thing that I think is the difference between this game. And you saw it in game 4, where AG is rebounding, taking over all the transition, driving and doing what he could do. Look how many lobs they gave him off of you guys' high post traps. Like they just kept lobbing it up there. And I thought that was the problem too. But that's the key. And then the other thing I told you is in life, when we go to work, you want to work smarter, not harder. And Denver's working smarter while the Miami Heat are working harder. And sometimes working harder will give you a victory and have you a great day at the job. But when you work smarter, you still have enough energy to keep going the next day and the next day. Eventually, that working hard is going to probably burn out. And that's why I said give you one. But the gentleman's sweep is how I feel about it. It's on you.
no, I'm just gonna say one thing, then you two can take it over. That small ball thing. Small ball works when your shooters can shoot and can make shots. You saw that when I'll use the Miami Heat and Chicago Bulls game. Max Strus, I think, was popping. He had like 7 threes in like the first quarter or 2 quarters. When they're hitting and you're playing small ball, it works just like Golden State. When you have shooters, it works and they make their shots. But when you're not hitting shots, guess what? That small ball goes out the window. So Miami can
Yeah,
play small ball, but you
and
got
then
to
it's
hit
like,
shots.
hey, just like scouting, right? You look at Masters, you look at Gabe Vincent. Can they shoot? Yeah, they can shoot when they hot, but they can't create their own shot like that.
Exactly.
And if
And
I'm Denver, this is all I'm gonna do. This all they do. Because even if I'm Denver, there are plays when Caldwell Pope is guarding Bam, I don't even worry. You know why? Bam might score here and there, but his offensive game isn't good enough that if he has Caldwell Pope on the island, I'm nervous. Caldwell Pope stripped him a couple times, actually.
Oh yeah.
It's nothing. It doesn't matter. Denver has too many good defenders. We ain't talking about Bruce Brown. Of course, Aaron Gordon is a great defender. Michael Porter Jr. is not that great, but he's long. Just like Jokic. People say Jokic isn't a great rim protector, but he's still 7 foot, 300 pounds. You're not just about to no one in
All
Miami
you
is
gotta
just
do is
running in the
this.
lane and just dunking on them. No, Bam not even really getting his points on Jokic in the lane. He's just getting them hook shots and them middies. But he's not really just he's not getting in the hole, posting them up and getting to the rim. No, that's over with.
Bam's
And if
peaking the post.
Jimmy Butler can't get to the rim, he's pedestrian because his bag isn't deep enough. And that's really, like I said, it comes down to size, and y'all just not good enough. So no, whatever strategy Miami has, Denver has a counter. Oh, y'all want to put Kevin Love? Y'all want to put Bam on Joker? Okay, Joker, get the ball to the free throw line. AG, you go to the 3-point line, cut. Bam has to step up. He's going to step up on Jokic because Jokic can hit the midi. You step up, Jokic throws the lob. Okay, next play, Bam. You want to stay back a little bit? Jokic is going to shoot the 3 or shoot the midi. There's a counter for literally everything Miami wants to try to do.
Go ahead, White.
All right.
All right.
Everything, and I hate it has to be Denver because I did not. Denver was my sleeper team. Miami can win. No, all your points are valid, and they are true. Extremely, extremely true. But here's the thing. though. I don't believe Denver was the best team in the playoffs. I think all the top 4 East teams were better. I think Milwaukee was better. I think Boston was better. I think no, not Cleveland, but and Philly. But Philly is a fucking abysmal of a team right now, and they don't know what's going on. I truly believe that. But I do think Joker is the best player in the league right now, next to Giannis, because his bag is just that deep. I really think that. The thing that I say is that Miami has this thing, especially with Eric Spoelstra, to where like they flip it, but Denver has adjusted very well. And like I said, you may think that Jimmy Butler bag isn't that deep, which is fine, but if Jimmy Butler and you're watching his game stop driving and just hit and shoot his mid range like he's supposed to, because it opens up his driving game. When Jimmy Butler hits more mid ranges and then starts to drive, it's not him driving in there, because Jimmy Butler is driving the kick to pass to everybody. Think about that.
But
That
okay.
opens up so much, though.
Can we stay on that point?
Yeah, go ahead.
So Jimmy drives, you want him to shoot his minis. So you want him to pretty much do what Bam is doing. But the reason Jimmy Butler is kicking it to listen. The reason Jimmy Butler is kicking to these shooters, because y'all need threes to keep up with Denver's offense. We like game 1. I feel like Denver won it back. Bam took the most shots he's ever taken in his career. Went crazy offensively. Denver's just saying, bro, you can have all the middies all you want. We'll let you have them. Take them. They do the same thing to Jimmy Butler, because there's only one basketball. So if it's not Bam taking the middies, we'll let Jimmy take it too. Because you're not scoring enough points off of middies to beat us, because we have Jokic is going to get his. Jamal Murray's going to get his. Aaron Gordon's going to get his. Bruce Brown's going to get his. Christian Brown's going to get his. Caldwell Pope is going to get his. If Michael Porter Jr. ever decides to start playing basketball again on offense, he'd get his too. He's been playing like dog crap, and it ain't mattered. It hasn't mattered. Jeff Green will come in and shoot some threes and hit some stuff. It's just too many options. So Jimmy can shoot the middies. We want him to shoot the middies, because Jimmy is really good at creating contact, getting to the free throw line. He's been getting to the free throw line like 9-10 times every game in the playoffs. Against Denver, like I said, the scout report is out. Jimmy Butler drives, he'll back you down, turn around, 2, 3, 4, 5 pump fakes, get you in the air, and then he'll score. Like he did against Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday is like 6'4", he's 6'3", so Jimmy Butler can shoot over him all day, just like he did with White for Boston. But now you got AG on you. You can't bully ball AG. You can't. And he's taller, longer than you. Okay, we put Bruce Brown on him. He's an elite defender. He's not going for that. Caldwell Pope is an elite defender. He's not going for that. Jokic has size, and MPJ has size.
They're
White Christian Brown, very strong player. Jimmy Butler couldn't even do nothing with him. Christian Brown took Jimmy Butler to the hole, bumped him out the way, and made the layup. And Jimmy Butler has to do too much on defense also. So you're working this hard on defense, trying to go on Jamal Murray and Jokic. And in offense, we want you to turn around and then produce upwards of 30 to 40 points to be competitive.
That's
the reason I know. This is how I know. This is how I know Miami has no chance. I watched Devin Booker have the 2 greatest games I've ever seen in my life. He missed 5 shots in 2 games. Was shooting 80% from the field, 70, 60% from 3. And Phoenix won them 2 games by 2 points. Game of your life. You dropping 45, 50 points, KD dropping 35, and y'all still barely win. Y'all don't have the offense as Phoenix does. The math don't math. That's what it comes down to.
Miami is a better team than Phoenix. I don't care. Yes, they are.
Why?
Miami struggled throughout the.
So if y'all losing 5 games, are y'all better? Because Phoenix lost in 6.
Just listen. Miami is a better. Miami's record, yes, they were still shitty, but they still won 44 games.
But why
Miami
were they
was
in the play-in?
trash, huh?
Why were they in the play-in?
Because how many people in the Western Conference won 44 games? I know how many.
I'm saying, but why was Miami in the play-in? That's what I just want to know.
Miami during the regular season had the worst, but they still won 44 games. So if they had the worst offensive rating, but yet they still won 44 games.
Hey, I'm gonna let you know that the Toronto Raptors was the 10th seed in the play, and they were 41-41. The 10th seed in the West was 42-40.
And what was the top,
and
what
that's
was
the
the
New
top
Orleans
four seed?
and that's the New Orleans Pelicans with a hurt Zion for most of the year.
But what was Golden State? What was Phoenix? What was
Golden State was
Clippers?
44-38.
And what seed were they?
Okay, so if you wanna go that route, I'm gonna tell you this. I know because we all know this. The West might have worse records because they're beating up on each other. They're beating
The
up.
East was
The Golden State Warriors got to go against the Lakers, Memphis, Sacramento, Denver. They're not going against bombs. But if you want to make the argument the East is better than the West, which I think you're wrong, but that's the point. But the point is, it's about the Miami Heat. Y'all were literally 2 minutes away from not making the playoffs against the Bulls.
And now we're in the finals.
And they threw it away. So what I'm saying is, we've had 82 games to watch your team. That's who y'all are. That's the big sample. That's the 82 game sample. That's the big sample.
You saw 82 games, and then they're in the finals. They deserve the
okay. And if we're being honest, do you admit that Giannis being out for 2.5 games affected
Giannis
that
is
series?
out for a game and a half. He
2.5.
3, 4, and 5.
He played like 4 minutes in game 1
and missed game 2 and played 3, 4, and 5.
He missed 2.5 games. He missed 2.5 games.
What 2.5 games?
Regardless. I wasn't in this chat, but when y'all played Milwaukee, I was screaming to the top of my lungs, why doesn't Budenholzer switch Drew Holiday and put Giannis on? Because Giannis after the game, got a press conference and said, I wanted to guard him. No, Giannis, you should have guarded him. That's why their coach got fired. Because y'all didn't make no adjustments. Jimmy Butler, y'all let Drew Holiday come on you. Y'all didn't make no adjustments at all. Y'all beat the Bucks fair and square. Y'all beat the Knicks. I give y'all that. Boston, let's not act like it's good. Y'all won that series. Y'all went up 3-0 and also lost 3 in a row.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like y'all. So y'all lost 3 in a row, just like they lost 3 in a row. Jason Tatum gets hurt the first offensive play of the game. I'm not saying that Boston would have won the game. Either way, Denver's going to win the title regardless. But let's not act like y'all just had this easy roll to the finals. Y'all beat the Bucks in 5. It took y'all 6 games to beat the Knicks. It took y'all 7 games to beat the Celtics. Y'all tired. And you talk about a Denver Nuggets team who lost 3 games the whole playoffs up into playing y'all, and y'all lost 3 games in the series. We talking about dominating. The Nuggets have dominated the whole playoffs. Everybody in their way, they dominated. They dominated all year. They had the number 1 record in the West since December 12th.
What you're saying is this. So what you're saying is this, right? You think that Minnesota is a better team than Milwaukee. You think
it's not. I'm not doing this.
No. That's.
I never said that. I never said that. I didn't even bring up Minnesota.
That's how.
No.
No.
What I'm saying. No.
Miami has played tougher. I'm saying Miami.
This is what I'm saying. In basketball, when we pick the teams, we pick who we think gonna be a team. Most people go off of, hey, if Miami plays their best and Denver plays their best, they're better, so they should win. I don't believe Milwaukee played their best. Y'all still won fair and square. I don't believe Boston played their best. Y'all won. I give y'all the Knicks, but Boston and Milwaukee have 2 flaws in their team, and they're choke artists. Philly, y'all didn't play them, but you think if Philly better than Denver, don't get me started on them. Tell Joel Embiid to make it out the second round for once in his life. Tell James Harden for once in his life. Tell James Harden to stop choking every closeout game.
Listen. No. That's why I said, listen. That's why I said, if Philly wasn't Philly, I could say that Philly's better.
Bro, say they better because they are who they are.
Yeah, but like, because Joel Embiid has a neck. I get that.
Yo, it's not just Joel Embiid. It's Joel Embiid. It's James Harden. It's Doc Rivers. Don't get me started on him.
Bro, don't get me started either. I will help you smashed.
Budenholzer, they was asking for him to be fired the year he won the title because he makes no adjustments.
Yes.
He just had Giannis and the Chris Paul injury to help him out. Missoula, he Doc Rivers. He my age. He 32, 33.
He's
Doc
34.
Rivers 2.0. Doc Rivers 2.0. So let's not act like he's
Jimmy
just
Butler.
Are you?
Yeah, like I'm just the truth is, bro. Jimmy Butler is not a good number one option.
We had this discussion already. I don't want to go back to that.
We have. We're not going back to the discussion. We're not going back to.
But I don't.
That's
but
what I
this
said.
is my question to you. This is my question to you. What strategy do you think, basketball wise, that he can do to beat the Nuggets in 7 games? Because even the game y'all won, y'all shot way better from the 3. Y'all had less turnovers, and y'all still barely won.
Miami barely had we only had how many blowout games in this playoffs? We only had 3 blowout games in this playoffs. 3. Every other win, it goes down to the wire because we've been down 7 times, and then we come back and win all 7 times. I think 8.
How many games been down to the wire against the Nuggets?
Bro, the Nuggets are just one game.
One game, the one y'all won.
We won it. Well, if you want to count, we've also been down too. But in fourth is like, yo, like I don't like it because watching the team and watching this team for so long, especially Jimmy, when Jimmy came and you saw that, like, yo, like he's the only person to ever to beat LeBron statistically in the final, which is crazy to say that. I was like, bro, it's so lost. I was like, yo, like if he does that and just be more aggressive and stop being passive, that has always been my thing. When Jimmy plays passive and doesn't actually shoot his middies and just go up when he goes to, because he's seen double team before, just like Jokic will see a double team. Granted, his passing ability is just fucking godly.
So
right?
I have a question for that.
He'll still play.
I have a question for that. How much of him being passive is more on him rather than the Nuggets game plan?
It's more on him.
Rather than the Nuggets game plan of allowing him to do that. How much would you put on percentage-wise of the Denver's game plan is forcing him to be a passive person, whereas Jimmy's actively, like, mentally saying, I have to pass it to them? Because that's kind of tough because...
It's 60-40 with him on himself. It's not because like he was doing it last series too. He was doing it last series too, and I was like, "Yo, score the ball!" Because look what happens when the ball is in your hand and you score. Generally, good things happen. He's not a scorer he's not a scorer that can score.
So you're asking him to be something he's not. That's like me. That's like me. I can't ask. So it's like asking Draymond Green to give me 25 a game. Like that's not who he is.
No, that's not. Don't do that. No, don't do that to Jimmy. That's a horrible comparison.
Is he? No. What do you mean? Jimmy Butler. It's a reason. These are facts. He's averaged like 22 points a game for a reason in the season, which is good. But that's not elite. That's not I'm an elite scorer. That's not elite scoring in the NBA. Averaging 20 points in the league today is not. It's always going to be great, but that's not a top 10 scorer in the NBA. So you're asking somebody who's not who he usually is to really be who he is. Does he have outlier games? Yes. Even his 56-point game against the Bucks, I want to say he had like 20 in the first quarter. He pretty much went pedestrian the second and third, and then the fourth quarter. And trust me. I've been watching Jimmy Butler since day one. This ain't just Miami. This is who he always been. This is who he is.
He's gonna give you that work.
He's a defender. He's a great defender who can score. Sometimes scoring is secondary for him. He's not a natural scorer. He's not great. He's not great at his mid range is decent. It's not great. It's pretty decent.
He's very efficient.
When I say great, he's not on a KD Booker level. He's not a great mid-range shooter like DeMar DeRozan. He's nowhere near in that category. Let's not get that twisted.
I'll give you that, but
his game is predicated on give me the ball. I'm gonna try to get downhill. I'm going to create contact, and I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna get to the free throw line a lot. Nothing wrong with it, but that's what his game is. If I know that, put a big defender on him that you can't bully. Don't fall for the pump fake. Keep your feet planted. And he's going to do 2-3 pump fakes, and now he's looking around. He has to figure something out to do. Y'all offense is very stagnant. There isn't a lot of actions. That's why y'all rely on Bam in that mid-range so much, because Denver's going to get that to you. And Denver knows that Bam is not that great of a mid-range player, so he's going to miss a lot. I think game 4, he was missing bunnies.
He was 8 for 18.
Yeah, y'all relying on Kevin Love to come. Like, come on, bro. It's a reason. Cleveland gave him away.
But Cleveland shouldn't have.
It's a reason.
He's been listen.
It's a reason. It's a reason. Miami. It's a reason y'all got Kyle Lowry, who only could play like 12 minutes a game.
Which we need him in those other times.
Yeah, 12 minutes. Y'all can't play. Y'all old and broken.
I can't. I say this. I hate it because like Gabe Vincent is just a role player, but like Gabe Vincent's bag is enough for him to where I don't know why he turned into just shooting threes. He also has a decent midi. And
he's little. He's too small.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Yeah, listen, all his other defenders were in the playoffs were much taller than him. Yes, he's small. Yeah, you know that, but he can create for himself and get into the lane and score. Their entire game plan for offense, not defense, because defense is a whole different thing. Because you have two tandems in fucking Denver. It's 99% going to work at a time. It's just how you deal with the other. But Miami offense literally has changed.
But you can't in basketball. Changed. But in basketball, any team that you're on, if you're relying on role players to contribute as stars, you're always going to fail. And that's the thing with Denver. Denver doesn't need Jokic to play great. They don't need Murray to play great. Y'all need Bam to play great. Y'all need Jimmy to play great. And y'all need Mike Strus or Vincent to play very well.
And Duncan should start over Strus now.
Y'all need all these people to play well. Denver's going to the game like, okay, well, Jokic, you're going to get your triple-double. Like, okay, we can book that. Jamal Murray, you're going to get anywhere between 15 and 25 points. And if you play bad, it's cool. You can pass. But we guarantee Bruce Brown, Aaron Gordon, one of them going to show up. Guaranteed.
And that's another big thing. Miami's players don't show up when they need to show up. They don't hit.
We don't have that's not true. It's like this is one series to where they're not doing really shit.
I'm saying this series
consistently. They will have laps, right? But they haven't shown up consistently in this final.
That's what I'm saying. This series we need them the most. They're
but
not.
This is even, and like I had a talk with my cousin this other day, right? I said this. I said, yes, we made it this far, but that third consistent 20 points per game really hurts us right now.
Tyler Hero?
Caleb Martin last year averaged what, like 19?
Tyler Hero out there. I wish y'all had Tyler Hero out there.
I would feel so much better.
No, I will too. You know why? You know why? Hey, Bruce Brown. No, because guess what? You got Tyler Hero is trash on defense, just like Duncan Robinson is. Hey, Bruce Brown, just get the ball, drop to the hole. They can't guard you. Tyler Hero sucks on defense too. It'd be the same thing. Y'all, and that's the thing. Y'all can try to score as much as y'all want, but Denver's offense is consistent. It's consistent. We beat y'all game. We beat y'all game 3. We only had 5 threes. Y'all have shot better from 3 than Denver every single game, and it don't matter.
Well,
What y'all need to do best to win. Y'all been doing better than Denver, and y'all still losing.
Point. So I gotta change subject now. Hey, listen, y'all went ham for the last 34 minutes. But why
Denver at 5 or 6. 5 or 6.
7. Miami
7.
I'm still content, but Miami at 7.
All right, so he got it at 7. Again, I told you, gentleman sweep when we started this chat. But we got to move on. We had a big topic yesterday, which drove us to have this podcast, and it has to do with the new CBA. White, you go ahead and discuss what you felt yesterday about the major cities and the smaller market cities and how you felt about it. and then go on to Dev, Cody, and then me. I gotta go check on my boys because I'm being a father right now. My wife left real quick to go do some yoga. So go ahead.
Wait, I want to hear. I want to hear Devin first, though. I think Devin,
But I
because
don't really know
Devin
much
had
to say
more.
about the CBA.
I want to hear Devin's first. Because
For
like you
me,
remember,
yeah, I don't think it's necessarily targeting big market teams because the big market teams going to target themselves. And in terms of NBA players, only like on the 4 to 5 cities, period. That's what they do. Free agents don't sign in the San Antonios. Free agents don't sign in the Denvers of the world. That's just not what they do. Not the big ones per se. I think they're just trying to bring parity. They're trying to get rid of this whole super team thing, which is very showing it doesn't work anymore. You need continuity. You need to build your team, and that's why I'm so confident to say Denver's probably going to repeat is because people don't want to stay together no more. Oh, we didn't win a title. Let me just try to join up with old boy and try to buy out all these rings and buy out these championships. And it's like, bro, like grow something. I like it because it's more like the NFL. The NFL, it don't matter if you're in Green Bay, Miami, LA, Oklahoma. You could be anywhere. You could be in West Bumfuck. You still have a legit chance to win just as much as the LA team does.
as
The
long
New
as you
York
have
team.
put in the work and culture,
You
and
put in the work in the salary cap because the money is getting so big now. It's like, do you want all the best players to play for the Lakers, the Clippers, and the Knicks and the Heat? Like, I'm cool with it. Like, and it's too much talent in the league now. We're seeing now in the finals. It's way too much talent in the league. Too much. Y'all teams just need to learn how to properly use their players and develop them. You see, Aaron Gordon was a bomb, and most people asked before he got to Denver. Bruce
he was the
Brown, why did
bomb.
y'all? No, what I'm saying they gave. Look what they got for Aaron Gordon. They got him for a bag of chips, pretty much. He
Because
was
they didn't
no
know how to
value
use.
because they thought he had no value. Bruce Brown, you looking like, dang, I the Brooklyn Nets let that go. So I'm not mad at just like I said, Boston, they have decisions to make now. Are you gonna pay Jaylen Brown supermax?
don't deserve the supermax, and that's another clown. That's
He
another clown
deserves
too.
it based
So
on
he's gonna get traded.
the benchmark. He deserves it based on the benchmark that they set for him to make it, which goes back to this whole I don't care about like Usyk, I don't care about these awards. Oh, you made an all defensive team or you made an all NBA team, so now you're eligible for a supermax that 100 people voted on. Because I even have issues with that with your boy Jimmy Butler making the team. How you make the All Star? How you don't make the All Star team, but you make second All NBA team?
Because all right, so like he was
No sense.
one. He was a few votes of being out of a
No,
start
he didn't make it.
started.
No, I don't
No, but
care.
like
He didn't make it.
he legit should have been a
Legit
starter.
didn't make it. He legit
But
didn't
like
make it.
it
But
happens.
like he legit didn't make it.
But like it happens.
No, that see,
I
you can't
understand you can
convince.
argue it. You can.
No, it's no
I'm not saying
argument.
that it's not. I'm not saying that you. I don't think that you have it right because I don't think you're wrong in what you're saying. I just believe that like even though because the fans voted right for the
It's
starters,
not just
which I
not just the
for the
fans.
starter the fans vote for the starters.
Yeah, but
Jimmy
we
Butler,
know Jimmy not no starter.
but Jimmy Butler's All Stars votes. If you would have just took for starter as just regular, he would have been a starter.
But
Go
okay.
look, go back and look. That's all I'm saying.
But my point is these awards have people and players feeling like they also. So now Jaylen Brown, he hit the benchmark for the super max for making all second team. Now Boston looking around like, damn, we got to pay him a super max as if super max. Now that means you're top of the top, cream of the crop. In my eyes, you better be a top to 5-7 player if you want that super max. I need to
Wait,
no, not
hold on.
you
Are you
can't.
sure it's a super max or just a max, a max
He got the
contract?
super
I
max.
don't,
He got the super max.
It's
we
super
got the
max
super
when you make an all NBA team. Like
defensive team.
example, 2019. I'm not gonna say that the Warriors fans and like Bob Myers were praying that Clay was outside of the All NBA team so that they can kind of save some money. But he made an All NBA team, and then they had to do the Supermax because that's part of the incentive of the CBA. Is if you make an All NBA team, you're eligible to be Supermaxed, and anybody else can come in. But guess what? You have that. You have as the person that has them under contract. You have that plan to match it. You know what I
You can
mean?
give him the most money.
But I
Yeah.
also
the most
believe.
money.
I also believe it's how many times you can't just make one and then be like. I
No,
think
no,
it's how
no.
many times.
No. It's that
It's that year.
It's the year that you're on contract. That year, if you make it that year, it's a wrap. You get that incentive.
Like Ja,
Okay.
Ja doesn't
Oh
get
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
Supermax.
yeah.
Ja doesn't get the Supermax now
Because he deserved it. I
Because
don't care what anyone says.
because he didn't make it. He didn't make the All NBA team.
Because of his, he deserved to be it. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's a debate because who you taking off?
And this is I'm being biased. You could probably take off Jimmy. You could probably take off.
No,
You could probably you can take Jimmy off. You could probably take
Jimmy a forward.
Huh?
He a forward.
He did get voted in as a forward. Fuck.
No, Jimmy's a forward.
No, yeah,
you only got 6 guard slots.
Right. Ja's a guard,
I had
so they don't even interrupt each other. That's what I'm saying. Like they don't interrupt each other.
A problem with Shy, as much as I love him, and I know he did, but he didn't win enough. I think winning matters too. That's why I think.
FGA?
Are you really saying that? And you talking about Jimmy Butler?
Didn't you just hear me say you can take Jimmy off?
No, but you're taking FGA out. This is his
SGA. SGA has played amazing, bro.
So like I will say I have biases, yes, but then if I take a seat and be unbiased, Jimmy Butler should not be on. Be an All NBA.
But if you take him out, you can't replace him with Ja. They play 2 different positions. That's the thing that we're saying.
But like winning matters to me. Damian Lillard, I also believe shouldn't be. You didn't win enough. You are a phenomenal player, but like I think all NBA teams contributing to winning, your winning percentage matters. If your team is, and I get it, you did so much shit.
But you're saying that I feel like you're saying that out of context.
What do you mean?
That's GA though. That's what I'm tripping.
Because if I say, for example, if you're saying like, for example, Jimmy Butler should make it, like he made it, but Dame should make it because Dame clearly didn't make the playoffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were bottom seed. But let's add context to it. Dame is on a significantly worse team than Jimmy Butler is. So it's not only, and that's why I hate going, winning matters. Like, yeah, winning does matter, but we have eyes. We can see things. We see what's going on. Bam made the All-Star team for the Heat, not Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, I was mad at that.
The Heat are on a better team, not the Trailblazers. If Jimmy Butler was on the Trailblazers and Dame switched, the Heat would be a playoff team in Jimmy Butler. So it's not just like Dame is significantly playing better. He's actually playing well too. Like SGA is playing out of his mind all year. He is the second best guard throughout the year in the West, in my opinion, outside of Steph Curry or Luka. Well, Steph Curry didn't make first team.
Nope.
Steph made second.
Yeah.
Hold on,
and it's deserved, and I'm not even mad at Steph making second team.
Yeah,
and I have Steph as the third best player in the NBA.
Not either. Hey, because you look at those players that who was in first team? It was
Luka, SGA, Tatum, Giannis, and Embiid.
I'm not mad at the 2 guards they put up there because we were all on fantasy, but we all gave up. But I picked SGA and he was my consistent player on that fantasy team, and that's where I started noticing his games. Man played out of his mind this year, like Walk said. And then Luka, so I'm not even going to take that away. Steph being second is good. He still made an NBA team. I'm not mad that people trumped him, but at the same time,
I'm not mad.
At the same time, out of the 6 guard positions, or is it 6? Yeah, 6.
It's 6.
I'm naming 6. I'm naming 6 before I get to Ja.
And Jaylen Brown made it.
But even back to the CBA, I'm not too mad at it. I even like the 65 game minimum
I
to make
agree with that.
any team.
Or even
You got
an
to play at least
MVP.
65 games to make the All NBA, All MVP, All Star team, or whatever, All NBA teams. I'm not mad at it. I just feel like the league is trying to balance out the powers because for
Which
75 years, we've seen pretty much super teams win titles for the last 75 years. And there's a few outliers here and there, a few organic built teams. But like this new CBA, the Warriors don't get KD. The Warriors don't get Wiggins. And that changes everything.
Everything.
You know.
And I think that's unfair.
Why?
Because how can you how can you fault a team for their market availability and how they're able to build? Even though
can I combat that real quick before you move forward? Can I combat that? And this is what I was saying in the chat. It's not fair to the owners that are in the small market that can't have that advantage. So it's either balance it out so everyone is on a fair playing ground, or you keep at the same CBA where the bigger markets and the bigger owners with the most money take advantage of this all the time. That's the problem that I'm having right now.
All right. So
do you think a player is going to OKC as a free agent?
No. They're not going to Minnesota.
Right now, I don't know. Right now, maybe.
No.
They're not.
I'm sorry.
They're not.
The OKC is going to be a contending team. I guarantee it. Next year or the year
No, but
after.
what I'm saying is, think about what any top free agent be like. Yo, I'm a free agent. I'm gonna go to OKC. You see it time and time. Paul George gets traded to OKC. Love it here. He on the train, first thing smoking. Kawhi Leonard gets traded to Toronto. Where's the title? First thing smoking. We can go back to the 90s. Shaq, Orlando Magic. That's Florida. Disney World.
And that's a major market too. That is a huge
but
market.
it's Orlando. Orlando's not a first thing smoking. It's not
Here's a perfect example
in terms of NBA.
Here's a perfect example. San Antonio is guaranteed a playoff win during the 90s and 2000s. You can't even name a free agent that went to play with Tim Duncan and them, or was a big market person. They're not going to San Antonio off rip. It's all these small markets. They have to hustle through the draft and trading. They're not. The free agent market is not in their seedings. Like they're not going to touch it because they know no one's going to come to those small cities. Milwaukee. Name a person with Giannis right now. Name a person that's going to jump and go to Milwaukee right now. Nobody. No one's go. These small markets are not taking that.
I use your point, but like.
All right, hold on. Let me
ring now. You have these all-star caliber players that want to play and get a ring. Like, I mean, you see Dame, he wants out. Like, I don't know if he wants out, but the rumors and all that. I mean, I get it. He's not gonna go to like fuck it, like you said, Milwaukee or OKC. But players are playing with players now, so they can capture that ring. Like, I guarantee someone will want to play with Josh Giddey, SGA. Like, someone. There's gonna be a free agent.
They need a veteran. They need a veteran. They need a.
They're not getting a top free agent.
Like when I say big, I'm not talking. When I say big, I'm not. He's not a free agent, but I'm talking like not even a player like a Mikal Bridges, like a big super.
Like a role player, like a mentor, like a mentor.
No, we're talking about stars.
That's in their prime.
I guarantee. I'm telling you, one of these big names are gonna go to a team where they have a decent roster on them, where they could go chase a ring. I get like it's just the nature of the NBA now. Everyone wants a ring. Why do you think
Wait, even though we disagree.
Wait, I want to hear that point that Cody said. You said something about KD. What about KD?
Bro, KD just tries creating these super teams, bro.
But where are these super teams he's trying?
Where he going?
That's what I'm saying. But
it's a major market.
He's going to desirable places. This is how NBA players think, bro. Yeah, they love the game. All of them don't even want to win a title. I think that's another misconception.
Yes,
it's hard to say that everybody want to win a title when you're making $20 million. It's hard to care about losing when you're making $20 million, $30 million a year. Think about it. You make $30 million, you lose a basketball game. You gonna be crying afterwards? I doubt it. But NBA players want to play in New York, California, and specifically the Lakers, maybe the Clippers and the Warriors, California. They don't really even try to bust down the door to Sacramento like that.
They don't.
They want to go to
play
Florida, and they want to go somewhere hot.
Yeah.
The history. Look at the history.
So if you play devil's advocate, like if you get a big name to come to a small market like city, like there's that free agent, that star is gonna get paid more. I guarantee someone's gonna take a pay cut to get this player.
Yeah.
That is
But
true.
look at all the small markets. But look at all the small market superstars. Giannis drafted, Jokic drafted, Luka drafted. Well, he wasn't drafted; he was traded, but he still was drafted.
Still drafted.
So you guys are going to Dallas is not that small, but these small market all stars, they were drafted or traded to them. They didn't come to that team on their own.
I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is
that's the point I'm going with this, with the new CBA coming in.
Think about this. Dame Lillard said, "I ain't going to Boston."
Drafted.
And that's
Dame Lillard.
And that's and listen, and Boston is a huge market for the NBA because it's as racist as that place is, it is a sports town.
No one goes to Boston.
No breaking their neck, but free agents.
No one's going to Boston.
To even go to Boston because Boston is not that desirable.
So
no one's going there. They're all drafted. Tatum drafted. Brown drafted.
And that is an anomaly, but I'm gonna say this: the reason why
it's not an anomaly if it's happening everywhere.
No, I'm talking about for Boston.
Oh,
as being as one of the major, they're the anomaly because like they have a culture that they do and they do their own type of way, and they definitely truly try to keep building within. They really do that a lot. That if they get it, it's going to be some white kid from Buckshot Town that we never heard of that can shoot the ball. Literally, that's how they got
drafted by them.
And then they destroyed the one time that they went and got superstars. It paid for them for one ring, and then they traded all those guys.
How did KG and Allen get there? Traded. They didn't come there on their own. That's the point I'm going with this.
But they wanted to be traded to Boston though.
It doesn't matter. Like if they were a free agent, guaranteed Boston wasn't going to be the place they went. If they were free to the market. If they were free to the market.
Like I think even though it is, because I agree, like could you want to even I believe that you should not fault owners. Even though we don't like a lot of, I don't think you should fault an owner for buying a team or owning a team that's in a major city that's not in another one. I don't think that's true because I really do believe in your team's culture, and this is why I don't like the draft anymore. The draft worked before, but like for me now, right, in this day and age, for the last I would say 10 years, right, teams that went to rookies that got drafted by certain teams, like a Detroit, a Houston. Now, what's another?
You said last 10 years that drafted players?
Yes.
That's a bad take. Because we're going back to 2013, and my Warriors drafted Steph, my Warriors drafted Klay Thompson, my Warriors drafted Draymond.
No,
they're all drafted after 2013. Well, except for Steph.
Steph was drafted before that. Klay was drafted.
Yeah, Klay was drafted.
Klay's been in the league for 13.
I get the point. I get what he's trying to say. Like these teams are getting drafted by Detroit. They're going to a bad organization.
I'm naming specific
culture. I get it.
Right, it's culture, but do you want the best teams to only be? And me and Oos have talked about this before. The NBA is the easiest sport to figure out who's going to win the title.
Yeah, no parity.
I could say 5 teams, one of them guarantees going to win. And the 5 teams I pick every fucking year, no matter what. I could pick 5 teams guaranteed. So your proposal is kind of like, all right, well, we're going to have the same 4 or 5 teams because that's what the thing. Detroit is bad. No, but this is what I'm saying. Detroit is a bad organization, right? They're also a smaller market team. But you want them not to get nobody so they could just be trash?
No, that's why I want to continue.
Right.
That's why I need to continue. So like in all this, right now that forces, I think when you get rid of these things, it forces a team to actually create a culture, and stop getting rid. Like because now Detroit, Detroit with what they did, right? Their new GM is from Toronto, even though he stepped up. Now they just got they got a very good coach, and they have a very good
I got something for
front
that.
office stuff, and they're building. They need to be able to build a culture. Even though we all watched The Last Dance and how they tried to make it seem like the GM for Chicago wasn't it. Granted, yes, he was shifty, but he was a damn good GM, and that helped create it. I think once you start creating shit and you start creating a place of habit, I think the NBA will become better. So
I
even if
agree.
you have a big market team, even if they have all the stars, if that team has shown and they have a player that they develop and is now another superstar, what can you say?
So I
with that?
agree.
That's my thing.
So why? Before you continue, I want to stay on that topic. I agree with that. Me and Dev talked about this on the last podcast. All right, culture is everything, but you build a culture if the owner is always impatient every year, changing the coaches, changing the front office, everything. Right? I'm gonna tell you, even my Warriors is a small market
Just lost
team.
us.
We're a small market team, but it built into this big market because of what you said, the culture. Started with the Peter Guber and them at ownership. Bob Myers being the brains of the operation, and then drafting the right players, and it built that culture. And I
And then
agree with
bringing
that.
in Jerry West
And
from
I
time
agree
to
with
time.
I
yes,
don't think that's the problem,
The
though. I don't
problem
think that's the problem.
the problem that I have is you're wishing on something that's already been wished upon at this old CBA, and it's not going to happen. Like you're going to still have these owners that have a big market and say, "Ha ha! All you other 27, 26, y'all can stay down there because if we keep the same CBA, I'm just going to build super teams regardless." These people like
And 9 times out of 10, they're
Miami's a
gonna
big
fail.
market. LA's a big market. No, not all the time. Not all the time.
I think
And
what
recently,
Go ahead, Dev.
this is what I think what he's saying is very unrealistic. He's talking about culture, all this stuff. You see the Los Angeles Lakers, right? Prior to LeBron getting there, they had a terrible culture. They were cheeks. They sucked. One of the worst records in the NBA over like the last 5 years, right?
5 to 6 years, hell yeah.
But you know why they became good again? Location. As bad as they were still the Los Angeles Lakers in LA, and LeBron James decided to go there. Culture is really based on the owners have a big role in it, but your main player plays a role in that too.
I agree.
As good as Bob Myers is, that ain't working without having Steph Curry.
Yeah.
I agree.
So the Lakers. So my point is, you're talking about like Detroit, bad ran organizations. The Lakers are a bad ran organization too. They just have to be in 70-degree weather all year, and in a great location. But they're no different than Detroit, except for location. But that's not the problem. At the end of the day, you're also under the impression that all owners want to win. All owners don't care about winning. You as a fan care about winning. All owners don't care about winning. All players don't care about winning.
I agree.
So you can't build a culture for people, and everybody can't be good. To me, this is one of the most balanced NBA seasons in my lifetime. So I don't think it's a problem. What's wrong? You got international players getting talked about, teams that aren't usually good getting talked about, the Memphis Grizzlies, the Denver Nuggets. You have a lot of good small market teams. And to me, that's more so to do with the players in them teams. International players don't move around as much as American players.
That's true.
Our people are the issue too. We're impatient. We want everything now. Coach lose. Oh, let's fire him. All these championship coaches got fired. And they just did musical chairs. Monte Williams. Oh, we make a trade for Kevin Durant in the middle of the season. We depleted our whole bench. Y'all lost. It's still your fault. It's not his fault.
It's your fault.
Nick Nurse, you don't have a good team. You lost. You're fired. Doc Rivers, he had that coming. So
he had that coming. He had that coming. Agreed. He had that coming.
You know, the Bucks coach. So it's not just it's the people too. It's the owners, it's the organization. It's so many factors. Denver's gonna have Jokic and for a long time because international players don't be on that. Hey, we gonna get up and we gonna leave. We want to go to a better place. Denver is his LA. That is his Los Angeles. He's grateful to be here. He's just happy to be here. They treat him like a king, so he wants to stay. That's why Dirk stayed all them years.
And
International players don't be moving around like us American players do.
There's only one, and it was Paul.
Who?
There was only one, and it was Paul.
Paul Gasol?
Yeah, there was the only player that moved around.
But he didn't even like move around. Like, yeah, he got traded. He didn't move around like, yo, I'm out. We not winning, so get rid of me. That boy was suffering in Memphis for a long time.
But to your everything that you're saying though, still plays into my point. It still plays into my point.
But my point is, LA can be but this is my point. LA can be a shitty ran organization, and the Detroit Pistons can be the best ran organization in the world. Guess what? Free agents still gonna want to go.
Yes, that still plays into my point though, because even though LA is still the bigger city and market, even these last 4 years they won what? Out of LeBron 7 years, they won only one time and made the playoffs. Like what?
You can't use that as a knock. You can't use that as a knock.
Why not? Let me ask
you this. In the last 7 years, how many titles has the Miami Heat? In the last 7 years, how many titles has the Phoenix Suns won? In the last 7 years, how many titles has the 76ers won? The Bulls won. The Nuggets won. So you saying you knocking LeBron for winning one title in 7 years when 90% of the teams in the NBA ain't got none in the last 20?
That's not a knock. That's not a knock.
But you saying as a knock, like he only won one. No.
What I'm saying is that even they are in major cities. Let them buy. It's still not guaranteed that they will win. That's the thing. Why? And
their percentage is high though.
But it's still not a guarantee. Nothing is absolute.
They have the top of the most in the history, so it pretty much guaranteed.
That's not what I'm.
All right, so we're gonna change it up a little bit. All right,
like, what's your solution? Well, my thing is like, what's your solution? You want what? You want the best team to get the first draft pick?
No, I want. So soccer is my first sport. That is my favorite sport. Other than the United States, right? And this is just a small recap. Other than the United States,
good example, bro. There's only 2 teams that win it every damn year.
And what?
It's in the yes.
And
they stack their team all the time.
But like they develop their players, and your players they develop their players. Do they buy players too? Yes, but majority of these players that you see are bought. And they have multiple leagues. I'm not saying we did that.
Who won the last Premier League?
Who won the last in Italy?
No, the last Premier League. Who won that?
It's Man City. Man City won.
Manchester City, right?
Manchester City.
Right. That's one of the 2 markets that I was just mentioning right now. Them and Barcelona are always going to be in there because of their soccer. That doesn't like that. I want to see the smaller cities compete too. If I have to see fucking Man City every year, bro.
They do, because you still have the UEFA Champions League. It's more than just that. It's just so much.
What would your suggestion be for the NBA? But what would your suggestion be the NBA do?
Force your teams to develop their talents more.
How? How do you force that?
You have the D League. You have.
What you mean? Okay, but you're giving it on the owners when 90% is on the players.
Because I don't believe so. Like I think
you believe. My thing is, I think you believe that all these players care as much as you think they care.
No,
I think you believe a lot of these NBA players don't give a fuck. So you can't force an owner. You can't force an organization. That's like me saying, "Hey man, Army, y'all gotta force these soldiers to study for the board and pass." Like, no, motherfucker, that's your soldier. At the end of the day, that's on the player to really want to put in that work. And this organization it's about fit. You see how a player looks like trash on one team and another organization. It's a fit thing. He looks like an all-star, but that's also what the players around him. It's like what Denver did with Aaron Gordon. He was still a good player in Orlando, but we look at him very differently now.
Yeah, if you weren't like
but that's due to them having Jokic and Murray And it's just that
He
organization
never,
wants to win.
he hasn't changed. It's just that now that you put him around a cast to where he can be
But that's
himself.
with anybody, though. But
But
everybody
like,
can't be good. You
no,
can't like
everyone
force
can't be
somebody to
good.
develop. Like, do you think the Warriors did a bad? They're one of the best developing teams ever. Are you saying they did a bad job developing Wiseman? Or was he just a lazy bum?
That's a tough
Or
one.
was he a soft, lazy bum? Which one is it?
I don't know. That's a tough one.
Because
I
now he was with the Warriors,
Detroit.
and the premier organization in the league. They had developed the hell out of somebody.
You can say there is an argument that you can say that Golden State did fail him, but to me, only because I think, and this
Everybody's supposed to be good.
I think if they still had Wiseman, they beat LA and they possibly beat Denver.
Stop. As a Warriors fan, I would tell you like
me.
this. As a Warriors fan, I would tell you like this. There was 11 Warriors that came out of that series. We was going to take an L to the Nuggets. And this is a Warriors fan telling you that right now. I think we're going to get swept like the Lakers. But we're going to change the story because we're going to finish this up. Yeah, that's good. He looked good with the Pistons, man. Good luck with Detroit. I'll Cody because he's been silent. But he already know I'm going to choose because I already know White's Mount Rushmore of the point guard position. All right, so I'll give you mine just to give you something to think about. They already gave theirs, but it goes Magic. It goes Magic, Steph. Damn, I forgot who else I had. Magic, Steph, and Isaiah Thomas, and then after that, out of respect, who did I say? White. CP3.
Nah. Oh, I thought you.
Yeah, I went CP3. Those are my four. These two are not going to say they're point guards because we already got it. I want yours before we start the shooting guard position.
Huh?
Mount Rushmore of the point guard. Your four heads on the Mount Rushmore for point guards all time.
All right. I'm going AI.
Mm.
I'm going Steph. I'm going Magic. Then, ooh. What would you consider Oscar Robertson? Point guard, shooting guard?
Point guard.
Point
Point
guard.
guard. I would put him in there.
Big
That's
O.
my confidence.
But see, I consider AI a shooting guard. So yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I got AI as a shooting guard.
I got
Do you?
AI as a shooting guard too.
Yeah, in most things he's a shooting guard.
All right, then I'll put Isaiah up there. Isaiah Thomas. I'll put Isaiah Thomas up there.
You had CP3 up there though, right?
AI as a shooting guard?
Yes, he's a shooting guard to me, bro. He's a shooting guard. Because you gotta think, Eric Snow played point guard when they went to the finals. That's why I compare it. Like he played shooting guard the whole time.
It's like, hold on. Let me give him an example, right? So you're thinking about college, right?
Yeah.
In the NBA, when players get drafted to college, from college to the NBA, their positions, especially guards, will sometimes change because of how that team wants them to play. For instance, Russell Westbrook was a shooting guard at fucking UCLA.
Yep, he was. He definitely was.
When he came, he became a point guard.
Yeah.
Steph Curry was also a shooting guard
at Davidson.
At Davidson, and I watched him kick the shit
Steph
out of
Curry's
my
still more shooting guard than point guard.
He's still more shooting guard, but he is labeled as a point guard forever.
Yeah. Okay. So like AI, when AI played in Denver, what position did he play?
He played the shooting guard.
He played the point guard, and Andre Miller was his backup.
No, Andre Miller. Wait, no, there was another player.
Yeah, but Denver is in his prime of his career. He played shooting guard.
In Philly, he played point guard a lot.
He played shooting. He was listed as a shooting guard in Philly, bro.
You are not going to tell me Eric Snow was a shooting guard. And he started.
But either way, you got AI in there.
I can say you're wrong. You can have AI there. Because he's on my shooting guard Mount Rushmore.
No, yeah, I'll put him as shooting guard. I mean, regardless, okay. I have.
So we're gonna go with White. So we're gonna go shooting guard this time for Mount Rushmore. And I know Dev's getting ready to go.
I had Chris Paul in my top 5 point guards though.
All right, Chris Paul.
Yeah, but what's your Mount Rushmore again? For you only pick 4. Everyone knows it's Steph and Magic.
It's four. Steph, Magic, Isaiah.
That's my three. They all got rings as a point guard as the best player. That's the toughest thing to do.
Usually I have Chris Paul at number 5. But
So
I'm gonna throw him top 4. He sometimes
he gave you 4. It's the same 4 as yours.
I know. I usually have him at 5, but sometimes at 4. I'm gonna keep Paul at 4 because I don't look at them old dudes. I don't care about Jerry West. Chris Paul like 3rd all time in assists. He's the point guard.
Yeah, he's my 4th on the team. Yeah,
He's like one of the best.
Yeah,
he's the best floor general. He's like the best floor general I've seen. So, but yeah, that's that. You said shooting guard.
So we're starting with shooting guard. It's gonna go Devin, White, Cody, and then myself. Your Mount Rushmore.
All right, man. So the first 3 to me ain't no debate.
No debate.
Not in no order, but this one: Jordan, Kobe, Dwayne Wade. That's 1, 2, 3. Number 4, I hate him, so I'm not gonna say I don't like him. So number 4,
you don't like Harden.
It's gonna be Allen Iverson for me. I don't really, and that's based. It's a lot of people I think better than him. I'm gonna give him respect and put him as the 4th.
Yeah.
Go ahead, White.
All right. But I can all think we agree that we only need to add one person for this position because it's all going to be the same. Jordan, Kobe, and Wade. And Wade is the for sure lock 3rd. I don't care what nobody says. You may debate Kobe and I almost said LeBron. Kobe and MJ for one or 2, but Dwayne Wade is solidified.
We're not debating that. We don't do that over here. I ain't on debate.
Okay, good. All right, good. All right, cool. But my 4th though, and people don't like this. I have to say Reggie Miller.
Ooh.
That's
not a bad take. That's not a bad take.
Reggie Miller, and then when you watch The Last Stand, and I wish they had more. Reggie Miller literally almost destroyed Michael Jordan's last dance in 7 games in the Eastern Conference Finals. And I put that so high up there in that series that he played, and then love watching him play and him just. He's the first. If he could shoot, if he was allowed to shoot more, I like to play that. What if he was allowed to shoot more? What could have happened? That's a cool thing for me to say. But him being scored, his guarding, the way he does it in the when he scored 9 points in 13 seconds in a playoff game at the Garden. Right, that's me. And then, do I need to put one more, or does
no? It's just 4. It's just 4.
Okay. I mean, that's your. I mean, that's a couple people I would put over him.
Hey, shout out to Buck.
Loves Reggie Miller.
Shout out to Buck.
He loves Reggie. So I'm not gonna disrespect his boy like that. But
hey, Cody.
I'm gonna the 3 obviously, like we said, MJ, Kobe, fucking
Wade.
D Wade. But that 4th, bro, I don't know. Like, I could put AI in there, but I could also put T-Mac. Unless I don't know what you guys think T-Mac is as a shooting guard or a small forward.
Small forward for me. But I got a lot of people over T-Mac.
He was shooting guard most of his career, but I just don't. He don't have the accolades. He didn't do enough.
Yeah,
so when I said there are players that I have over AI, it's not that I think AI is the 4th greatest shooting guard I've ever seen in my life.
But accolade, I get what you get.
Accolades, everything he's accomplished, stuff like that. I have to I don't think he's better than T-Mac, but that's just me.
Yeah, I'll probably put AI just for, like you said, accolade wise, but. Personally, I'm taking T-Mac. In my own opinion, I'm taking T-Mac.
So for mine, it's the same 3 as always. We have Reggie Miller and Allen Iverson on there as well. I know Dev didn't want to say James Harden, but he could argue to be up on that list, right? He didn't want to do that.
You can
argue it. I'm not going to put him up there. You could put Ray Allen in this conversation too as well. You know what I mean? That's another person you could think of. But I'm going with AI. AI is my 4th best shooting guard of all time. That's my Mount Rushmore. Culture change, game changer. Dude's crossover was nasty. Took his team as a shooting guard, point guard, whatever you consider him, to the finals against the Lakers during that time. So yeah, I got him. So we're gonna go with our small forwards: White, Dev, and then Cody. You guys go in that order, and I'll go last again for your Mount Rushmore.
Before,
It's gonna be tough. This is a tough one. I don't know who brought it
This is
up.
a
To
tough
me, 2 is lock. It's 3 that's a lock. To me, it's only one for debate. But that's just me.
I
I'm gonna
gotta think
go
about
with.
it.
All right, okay.
All right, I think I got it. I'm gonna go. Of course, LeBron. Of course, Bird and KD. I think those 3 are locks. You're not saying, but my 4, the human highlight, Dominique Wilkins or Melo, but sucks Melo. Damn.
That's right. Yeah, Melo would be my 4.
This is tough. It's a tough up between Dominique Wilkins and Melo. With Dominique slightly above because Dominique, like, and I hate that he don't really get his shine that he deserves sometimes, but Dominique was the man from like 84 to like 90 something with those Atlanta teams, and like you have to give him that.
Man, you missing somebody.
Who am I missing?
Tragic.
Am I missing who?
I mean, so
Vince?
the locks is, I'm 100% on board with you. LeBron James, number 1, Larry Bird, number 2, Kevin Durant, number 3. Number 4, I think it should be Dominique. No, my bad. My bad. Julius
Dr. J.
Irving. NBA champion, did everything.
yeah.
And really, and if he will ever get his life together, he should be number 4, and that should be Kawhi Leonard. But but it's a few people I got over. I mean, I'm not gonna say Elgin Baylor or Scottie Pippen or nobody like that. And you want to be white boy Havlicek or whatever the fuck his name is. But yeah, I got Kawhi Leonard very, very high. He just gets injured so much. I have Kawhi Leonard over Melo.
Ooh, I like that though. I can understand why that. I can understand. I definitely
So,
can.
And I got a Melo jersey right there too.
I know. Yeah, because that's why I said, yo, I forgot Melo because I looked at your jersey.
Yeah.
All right, Cody.
That's good. I like that.
Yo, I mean, Clyde. What y'all running him as a 2 or 3?
Who?
Clyde
Clyde's a 2.
2.
He's a
He's
2.
Clyde's a 2.
He's a 2. He's always 2. He's a for sure. He was
But I'm
compared
thinking-
to.
Yeah, shit. If he was a 2 or a 3, he wasn't on a Mount Rushmore for me anyway.
No, I like Clyde. I like Clyde. But no, I'm taking Carmelo on this one.
That's your 4th?
Yeah.
All right. So for me, it's the same 3 as y'all. It's unanimous for those top 3. I'm a Kawhi fan, so I'm a Kawhi fan, but he just doesn't have the longevity and stuff like that. He does have some accolades, but he just doesn't have it. Dominique, Dr. J, those are the ones that you want to pick. And I'm going to pick Dr. J for now, but I'll tell you right now, in 5 more years, I'm putting Giannis in that fucking 4. So that's where I'm putting him at.
Well, who's doing 3?
Yeah,
Wait, whoa.
You skipped ahead. We didn't even do 4 yet.
We're at the 3.
You know what? It's funny because I still, to this day, I still consider.
He plays.
Yeah, he's a hybrid. He's a hybrid. He's a hybrid. I still consider him a small forward.
Yeah.
But,
He's power. You know how they get the thing? Giannis is power forward / small forward. Like power forward is the initial, and then sometimes he plays.
Yeah, I see Giannis as a power forward center. I don't see him as a small forward at all.
No. When he came, so like
he got drafted as a small forward. Played as a small. He didn't become a 4. He didn't become a 4 until 2 years ago.
Look,
whenever Chris Middleton came, that's when he turned into a 4.
No, Chris Middleton always been there.
No, he was a Piston. Chris Middleton was a Piston.
Nigga, he dunked on me.
That's what makes Vinci Bates something. Like, man, that's like AI, man. Like, he played point. Like,
yeah.
You guys look at the position he's playing. Like, he's not playing no 3 anymore. I'm sorry. No matter what team he goes to, he's never gonna play a 3.
And that's what the NBA is now. The NBA was a little bit different.
Positionless. Like they don't.
I'll give you 1 year for Chris Middleton. That's the only time he was a Detroit Pistons. His rookie year.
And then he went to where?
And then he went to Milwaukee.
Right. He played shooting guard in the beginning of his Milwaukee days.
Yes, he
Because
did play shooting
because
guard.
Ersan Ilyasova was playing power forward for them. Come on now. I know my fucking
Yeah.
No,
I'm not.
I'm not.
So
All
no,
I'm
no,
saying
no,
is,
no.
like,
Hey,
I'm not disagreeing. I just want to keep moving on because we over.
This one about to get dicey. Man,
This is gonna get.
this position about to.
If y'all thought
Hey,
the
there's
point
only one
guard
answer for
and
me,
it's,
and I know Oos is about to piss me off. So let's hurry and get this over with.
who goes first?
all right, so
All right, man.
go ahead,
Tim
Dan.
Duncan, number one.
Uh-huh.
Tim Duncan, number one. Ain't no debate to me. Argue with your mama. Give me. I'm gonna say this. Give me Karl Malone, number two.
Mm.
Two-time MVP. I like him.
Scoring
And then
second.
your boy
third.
KG is number three.
That's my guy.
And number four, I reserve to say this. Okay. A couple years ago, I might have said Dirk. Now I want to say I'm going to say Giannis. And Giannis, I reserve the right to say Giannis is going to move way past four. So I'm gonna go Giannis last, and Dirk is fifth on the side, but Giannis is number four for me. That's that.
White, go ahead. That's tough.
Take off Karl Malone and put on Dirk, and then that's my list.
Dirk number two, or you just got him on there?
I just got him on there. I'm taking off Karl Malone and I'm putting on Dirk.
That's a lot of records you're taking off of that Mount Rushmore, though.
That's
you
fine.
You Karl Malone for Dirk?
I'm taking Karl Malone off.
Why? Does he got the title?
Huh?
Because he got the title?
That matters a lot to me.
But okay, but let's context. You saw Karl Malone was losing. You know how you gave Reggie Miller a lot of credit for almost beating Jordan?
Yeah, but I personally don't like Karl Malone either.
Oh, okay. Well, he touches kids, so I feel you.
Yeah,
I feel you on that, but we're trying to keep it on the court, not keep it outside the court.
But like that plays it. Karl Malone, right?
I can't
everything.
I can't be on the internet defending Karl Malone. I can't be on the internet defending Karl Malone, so I'm gonna let you have it.
He is number 5. If there was a top 5, he's number 5. But
Rushmore, I mean, I can't defend Karl.
He's 4 because Dirk's.
I mean, for all I care, Karl could be number 4 for all I care because I don't care.
His titles, that Dirk title though means something a lot though.
Yeah,
even though LeBron choked it away, even though LeBron gave it to him.
And that's LeBron's fault. You should have never choked away. And Dirk did what he had to do. One leg off the went over Chris Bosh's face every time. And I hate Dallas.
All right, so I agree with Dev on his, even though I know KG is better than Duncan. I'm still gonna. I agree. The thing that's tough, man, is like that fourth. It's supposed to be the fourth, man. Giannis. Yeah, you're right. You can consider him that because now that we're in this new age of losing the art of power forwards, it's now 2 small forwards playing nowadays at the 4 positions. You can put Giannis there. I like Barkley. It's tough.
I forgot about him.
I'm putting Powell there, boy. I'm putting Powell Gasol in that line.
No, you're not. You're not really putting Powell.
No, you're
like
not.
dead ass.
I'm gonna put so look, it's Duncan, Malone, and KG for me, right? And everyone knows, and Dev knows, KG's my favorite power forward of all time. Those 3, and then I'm putting Charles Barkley at 4. I'm taking an MVP at that spot, like over championships. So I'm taking my boy from the '93 version too. Huh?
Dirk is an MVP.
I never said he wasn't. I just said I'm taking an MVP at this spot instead of a Pau Gasol.
Oh, my bad. I apologize.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was. I thought you were just saying. I was like, Dirk's an MVP.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I was over here fighting for Dirk against you, saying that he wasn't a top 5 player in 2011.
Who said that?
You and your homeboy.
How about Amari Stoudemire? Where you rank that guy?
No, he ain't nowhere near that list. What are you talking about?
Well, yeah. Are you just? Is you trolling now?
Yeah, like I'll let you get away with Paul.
So go ahead, Cody, before we go center, because that's going to be the one that's tough.
Taking 10, Karl, KG. I'm gonna put KG up there. Man, I want Power Dirk in that bad boy. I ain't gonna lie.
Derek who?
No, he said Dirk.
Oh,
He said Powell Dirk. He said
Derek
Powell.
Favors.
that's the easy. Bro, come on. You can't. That sentence don't even sound right.
Tell me why Powell
Power
doesn't deserve to
Dirk.
be up there.
Does that sound good to you? Power or Dirk? Like that's going to be a debate.
Why don't they deserve to be up there?
No, you should.
Powell is good, but he's never
You
been
shouldn't.
the
My thing
best
is, I
player
don't
of
think
his
you
team.
should be debating. You should be trying to struggle between Powell and Dirk. Like that's what it's coming down to. To me, is a clear answer.
It's Dirk.
It's Dirk, yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Dirk, but like, why? What makes Dirk and Powell? Their game's almost the same. Obviously, Dirk has.
No. We think about this. Everybody we named have probably been the best player on the championship team. Paul Gasol came second fiddle.
Well, no shit. He's behind Kobe Bryant, but he was still a elite.
But even okay, think about this. Everybody we named on the list was in argument at one point for a best player in the NBA. Paul Gasol was never on that list.
MVP list too.
See,
That's tough.
Everybody we named has an MVP caliber.
But I look at how he
Paul
impacted.
Gasol.
If Kobe wasn't,
hold on.
I can't even say that, bro. Kobe,
I get that, but Paul Gasol was never one of the best. We're talking about he was never even one of the best players in the league. Everybody we're talking about has been the best player in the league at one point.
That's the tough part. No, I'm a Gasol fan myself, but I just can't put him in the same breath. I can't do that.
Yeah, I put Dirk. I mean, I was gonna put Dirk up there
like-
regardless, but I just want to see you guys' opinion on Powell.
No,
I love the guy.
He didn't even came in. He wasn't even thought. He wasn't even thought in my mind.
Paul is a
I mean,
monster.
All right,
He-
so
If you
Yeah, how about Chris Bosh? What y'all think about Chris Bosh up there?
no, Paul is better than Chris Bosh.
You just saying anything at this point.
Look, these are big names. We're throwing big names out there. Chris Bosh was a big name in Toronto.
No.
Yo, but you have to think his career got cut short.
Hey, bro, we're talking Mount Rushmore. We're talking.
Oh yeah,
I'll
I
play
get it, but I'm
devil's
just saying like.
I'll play devil advocate.
So before you devil advocate, I want to bring this point up for Mount Rushmore. The Mount Rushmore, for my definition, you cannot speak the NBA history without their name attached to the NBA. Like, you can talk NBA without Paul. You cannot talk about NBA without Duncan. That's where I'm going with Mount Rushmore, and I believe people agree with that. But go ahead, White, say what you were about to say.
Only if Chris Bosh had never had to retire early, he was making it. He was making a splash. He started to go back to Toronto, and if he could have continued, then maybe we'd be having a different. I'm not saying he's on Mount Rushmore.
I'm taking Minnesota Kevin Love.
Huh?
I'm taking Minnesota Kevin Love over him.
That's bro. That's disrespectful. You're being disrespectful right now.
No, I'm not. I'm
No, it's not.
I'm taking a 20 and 20 every day.
You're taking a 20 and 20.
Yeah, I'm taking a double-double. Chris Bosh was a double-doubling. 20 and 10 sometimes, 20 and 9 is most of the time. But he wasn't getting no 20 and 20 like he was in Minnesota. And that's neither here nor there, bro. So I got to change this up. I got to finish this up. We're going to go with the last position. See, I got two more positions, and I'm not going to tell you the last one. I'm going to go the second position, Mount Rushmore, and I'm going to go first. And you have to go with this, all right? And it's in no order. The three that I have to go with is Russ, Wilt, and Shaq. Those are the three that I'm going to go with. And then after that, I have to pick Kareem. No, Kareem, I'm sorry. Kareem is the first. But
Okay.
no, Kareem is the first. I'm sorry. I said it wrong. It was supposed to be Kareem, Russ, Wilt, and Shaq. Those are my four. Kareem was supposed to go first. My bad, Dev. I almost had you like punch me through your freaking camera. Kareem is ultimately, to me, is the best big man of all time. And yeah, that's my four. Go ahead, whoever wants to go.
I'm gonna piss y'all off. I ain't throwing no old people. I ain't seen Will play, so he ain't on my list. But give me Kareem. Give me Shaq. And somebody I got. No, this is somebody I have over Shaq if I'm doing my all time, and that's Hakeem.
That's why I said Dream.
Give me Hakeem. And number 4, this is premature. But give me Nikola Jokic. Give me Nikola Jokic. He's already the best passing big of all time. Probably be offensively the most versatile all time. Can shoot all 3 level scores. So yeah, Jokic is number 4. He gonna be higher when it's all said and done. So don't worry about that.
Go ahead, White.
Yeah, Kareem, Hakeem, Shaq. I'm gonna throw it too. Jokic. I'm sorry. I can't see another passing center like him ever. I can't see it. The man don't miss. He's the slowest person to ever touch the basketball, and you can't stop him.
It's skills over athleticism. That's why they teach you that overseas.
And he's not I think his athletic is a strength. He's strong as shit, but like he's just footwork amazing, passing amazing.
His skills.
It's just you've never seen it. It's premature too. But god damn,
That says premature for the camera because he is, to me, he's the best passing big of all time, and that's not premature.
That's not premature at all.
Okay, Cody.
I'm gonna hit man. Yes, I'm putting Jokic in there, like you said, premature, whatever. But if we weren't to put him in there, I'm putting Kareem, Shaq. Fuck.
Uh-oh. My daughter.
Kareem, Will, I'm putting there, and obviously Bill Russell, but Jokic deserves to be in there.
Soon he'll be in there. Soon.
Yeah, soon. I'm like, he's tied.
Because I really can't put him in now. I can't.
Yeah.
He ain't did enough. Even if he win, I mean, he
He's
got 2
He's
MVPs.
He's not fifth, but I'm putting. I feel like the top 4 tenants of all time are solidified right now. Like I don't until
so take the prematurely out. Who's that 4th for y'all?
Yeah, I'll take it. Like I said, Bill, Russell, Will, Kareem, and Shaq. That like there's no I feel like there's no question with that.
The Admiral for me.
That's the top.
David Robinson?
Yeah.
No.
He was good in the 90s. He was good in the 90s.
But you can't. He's a very solid defender who can pick up at least 3 other positions on the wing as a defender.
As long as he's not guarding Hakeem, then yeah, I got you.
No, yeah, as long as he's not guarding Hakeem, because
that motherfucker got cooked. He went from the admiral. He went from an admiral to a petty officer.
Look to this. It was like, I was like, yo, what is this going on?
What's up, Dave? Before I close it up, who's that 4th if you don't pick Jokic?
Probably Bill or Wilt. I don't like including the old dudes in my list.
You got to. You got
NBA starting it. No, I don't. I don't like Wilt. I mean,
you can make the argument more for Wilt though than Bill, only because Bill's. I think you can.
And them dudes, I don't know. I just think like the era they played in. I mean, it's cool, but like I don't.
It's the best they had at the time. It's the best they had at that time.
The reason why
NBA star in the 80s in my
mind. After the merger. But
Magic and Larry Bird rookie years when they started for me.
All right, forget it. What you gonna say before I close it out?
All right, the reason why you could say Will over because there is evidence and historical footage and stats that show that Wilt at one point in time said "fuck scoring" and I'm gonna lead the entire league in assists.
So did Russell Westbrook, but Russell. Every time he played against Russell, look at those clips.
You know what? It's still Russ over Nash, though, and that's all I'm going to say. And you can close it out after that. His peak. We're gonna
bring this up. We're gonna bring this up to our next episode. So we're gonna talk about that Steve Nash hate in your breath, man. But like, comment, subscribe to Selflex Podcast of the Pro Hop. This was a good episode, y'all boys. Enjoy yourselves, and hey, keep that same energy, bro. Keep that same energy.